Hi everyone, I'm Will and this is Creating Music. In today's video, I'd like to talk about the mixolydian mode. To do that, I will use a song that I wrote called Starfire to demonstrate how that mode works in song situations. So let's get started. So as I said, this song is in mixolydian, G mixolydian to be exact. And when we look at mixolydian, what we see is that it has a major 3 and then a minor 7. So let me go ahead and play that. The song that I created for the video here to kind of demonstrate the mixolydian mode is in G. So we'll look at G, A, B, C, D. There's your 5, 6, minor 7. So we compare that to the major scale, and we see the major scale is... So you have that semitone right there, that half step. And in the mixolydian mode, it's basically just a major scale, but the 7th note is lowered a half step. So let me go ahead and play that again for you. So that comprises that scale. Now the song that I have, Starfire, that I created, is in G, as I said. And let me go ahead and just kind of play the beginning part for you. The acoustic part, and it's like a dirty guitar. It's kind of half clean, half dirty. And that part would go... And you see, all I'm doing, I'm holding the G note and the D note right here, right? Keeping that constant throughout the whole thing. So we basically go from a G major to a G, or to an F over G. So there's your F over G. You take a look at my bass line, and in the bass line, and I'll just play it on the acoustic just so you guys can get an understanding of it, but it is G major, so here we have 1, 2, 3, and notice that's the major 3, and in the guitar riff that we have the 1 and then the minor 7, and I have the bass line going up in like a major 3rd. So that kind of defines the G mixolydian mode within this song when you take a look at it for the chords that make up the song. And then I just wanted to take a look in GarageBand so you guys can see the mix, kind of talk a little bit about the 2 parts I just played for you on the acoustic. So what I used was like a guitar, they call it the retro wah in GarageBand, but it kind of has like a clean and a dirty sound to it. And it would be this one here and this one here. And what I did was I recorded them twice and hard panned one to the left and one to the right. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I do this with all guitars to make that sound bigger and more full. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and solo the 2 guitars here and play those for you. We'll throw in the bass. So that shows you what I was just talking about with respect to the guitar part being in a minor, using that minor 7 in the G, and then the bass part being or using the major 3, and that really defines that mixolydian sound within this song. And then also in the beginning, I have some guitar harmonies going on. So if you go up in the G mixolydian mode. So this would be 1 here. This would be the second interval here. Here's your second or third interval, and that's a major 3. You know, you're in mixolydian again, so the 3 is major. All I did was take, you know, this note, the third, in the G, and it's octave, and go. And then I added a 1 to that, and then the second time through I added a 5th. So what I played there was a major 3rd harmony with those octaves, and then I did it also with the root note, G in its octave, right there. And then I also did the 5th, and I did the 5th with its octave here. So that's the second time through. So the first time through, the very beginning of the song, what you're hearing is the octaves on the 1 and the octaves on the major 3 playing. And then that second time through, I bring in the 5th in octaves and add another dimension to that melody. So it's really a 1 major 3 melody. But again, remember, when I do the major 3, it's also playing over a guitar part that's doing G to F add G. So it has that minor 7 in it. And again, I'm just reinforcing through the whole song that mixolydian sound and that mixolydian feel. Now the vocal part, you know, in this song, again, I'm basically singing over this. So we're going to look at G, and we're going to look at the first 4 intervals in G. So the vocal melody really follows. So let me go ahead and play that for you just for a minute to kind of give you some context. I got a feeling it ain't right, and I give it now the other side. I gotta know this time I'm real. I gotta see the time I live. So you hear that vocal melody in there, you know, and basically just going 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 in the major, because I'm using the major 3rd in that part. But again, it's playing over a chord progression, or 2 chords that are going between the 1 and the minor 7. And within the vocal, I'm singing a major 3rd. So again, minor 7, major 3rd. Those are the 2 intervals that really define the mixolydian mode. Okay, jumping back into GarageBand here, why don't I go ahead and just play the beginning of the tune through what I've talked about so far. Come at this the other side, and I know these times they aren't for real, given the things that people feel. So that's the first part of the song. So I went over with you guys on the acoustic, the main guitar part. Also, I went over the bass part, also those harmonies at the beginning, and then some of the vocal stuff. You know, I also put, and I'll highlight it, a classic organ in there, and also the acoustic, just to really fill it up. But I'm just doing those same chords as I was doing on the guitar. And in the next section, I go into the solo, and what I do there, I come from the G, and I jump up to the 4th in that in the scale, and it's just to the C, and I do the solo here. And if you look at what I do in the solo, and the solo starts with 5, 1, 2, 3. So 5, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, back to 5. So what I'm doing is really just going back over those octave chords that I played earlier in the solo. And what I'm trying to do throughout the solo, as you guys will hear, is emphasize stopping on certain notes that really kind of push out and highlight the mixolydian mode, what we're working in. So you'll hear, like at the end, I'll do a, and then up to highlight, you know, the F to G, which is the minor 7 to 1, you know, as we're playing the progression that really has major 3s in it, again enforcing the you know, the mixolydian mode throughout the song. Checking the mix out in GarageBand, I want to go over the solo that I just talked about, and while you're listening to it, please listen for the minor 7 and that major 3rd, which really define the solo and define the mixolydian mode. So I'll go ahead and play it for you right now, and then and I can go back through and solo it so you can hear just the guitar. Okay, there's a solo. Let me drag it back through the solo. Let's see, and then I'll go ahead and just solo the solo and go ahead and just play that and so you guys can hear it. And as you guys can hear at the end of the solo, I do the dum dum dum, which is G, F, G, and then I climb up an octave and do it again to really just kind of drive home that minor 7 to 1 interval. Well, thank you so much for checking out my mixolydian video with my song Starfire. Please don't forget to subscribe and also ring the bell so you know when I have new and creative music coming your way. Thank you.